We're going deep, like Obadiah's deep dish pizza. We're going deep this week.
It wasn't a deep dish. It was a New York style pizza.
It was a New York
Brought pizza from New York, Tony.
I brought pizza from New York, Tony. Just because I brought pizza from New York. New York.
If you're not going to tell me your secrets, you're not going to have any pizza. Those are your secrets? Well, this is my pizza, Tony.
Dude, I love Obadiah Stane so much.
You want a piece?
He's literally the best villain the MCU's ever seen.
I'm thinking that's a good boy name.
Obadiah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For your next, like...
For my next?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Alyssa's going to go for that.
Well...
I think you might be able to get away with that.
Sneak it in on the birth certificate. While she's, like, still, like... You know...
She'll think it's something else.
Post-birth, yeah.
And until he turns 18 and I reveal to him his true name of Obadiah Stane Whaley.
That's a good oh, so the middle name too.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that's a good like origin story. Yeah, I thought my name was, whatever for years, but come to find out.
Turns out my dad's a moron.
I was always wondering why is my dad's best friend called me Obi growing up. Like I was just like couldn't hold like the...
I thought he was just quirky.
Couldn't hold the secrets in. Yeah, I just, Mason's just weird. So, we watched Iron Man.
The first one.
The film. The original, initial.
You've seen one Iron Man, you've seen them all. Iron Man 1, I think, is the pinnacle of the Iron Man franchise as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they made 3, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, the other 2 I think we can skip. That's not going to be part of our Marvel deep dive. We're gonna watch Iron Man. We watched Iron Man. I think next we'll probably watch Captain America.
I was thinking Captain America.
Yeah, and then we'll watch the first Thor, probably directed by Kenneth Branagh.
Can we not watch?
No, we gotta. It's the Trinity. It's the Holy Trinity.
The movie's
no, the first Thor isn't that bad. It's got Kat Dennings in it.
You don't remember how bad it is?
It's got Kat Dennings.
You're not making a good case.
She's hot, dude. And then Chris Hemsworth has got his eyebrows dyed.
Coming out September 11th, 2004. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
September 11th? Okay.
It's not a good day to release a movie.
It's like, we felt like the state needed a real pick me up. We needed to cheer, put some cheer back into people's hearts on the most tragic day in our
coming out
in our nation's recent history.
Coming out September 11th, 2024. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist Volume 2. Kat Dennings is she's like middle aged now.
Didn't she post some nude photos online or something? I saw her tits at some point.
I feel like I remember her having extremely pale.
She's got big jugs.
Yeah, but big jugs, pale nips.
Are they pale? I don't know.
I feel like that's what I remember, but
she's hot. I'll watch it for her, and I'll watch it for Chris Hemsworth.
He's not. Is she that?
I just think she's cute. She's got I like her voice too. I got a little thing for Kat Dennings. She's good.
I don't know. She kind of shit the bed with Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
I never saw that. I don't think I've ever seen her.
Nick
in
and Nora's
else
Infinite Playlist coming to a theater near you, September 11th, 2004.
I'm gonna watch Thor, Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier.
But when are we gonna watch The Gentleman?
We're not ever gonna watch that.
We're
I'm sorry,
not?
Thomas Berry.
Maybe it was pretty good.
Maybe we'll watch it after.
I think you would like it.
I'll check it out after we watch every single Marvel movie. After our Marvel retrospective is complete.
One of our only fans.
Our truest, most diehard fan.
Our truest, most diehard fans requesting. I think we need to give it a higher
comments
priority.
on it. Yeah, maybe we'll throw it in there. We'll slip it in to the Marvel retrospective series. This is a Marvel movie, right?
We gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah, true.
So
I am interested in seeing it.
So this movie came after. So how many Spider-Man movies had come out at this point? 3? All 3?
Yeah, this is 2008.
So all 3 Spider-Man movies had come out.
I think the third Spider-Man film came out in 2007.
Multiple X-Men movies had already come out.
Right. Yeah. The X-Men's.
This was kind of like the superhero movie that came out like after all those lessons learned.
Right. We were working our way up to this.
Right.
I'm gonna look it up. Spider-Man 3. Yeah, 2007. Wow. So yeah, this movie came out the same year as The Dark Knight. Good little string of films around this time period.
Yeah, and it's like, and at this point you're thinking like, man, like Marvel and DC, they're close. You know, DC's got it right now, but Marvel.
Can you imagine a world where DC has it over Marvel? Like, wow. Marvel's just been the reigning champ for so long.
I will say I did watch DC's newest Iron Man movie, The Blue Beetle.
Oh God, you saw that? When did you have time? When did you cut out time for that?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay.
I watched like maybe 40 minutes of it yesterday when I
Nice.
was sitting in the basement.
You know what I started last night?
Doing some Pokemon cards.
Just while I was,
sorting.
dicking around waiting for Alyssa to come back from nursing River. Because what will happen is, we'll be watching a movie.
Hanging out.
The
kid wakes up.
And the kid wakes up, and then she's like, oh, like...
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. And then oftentimes she'll just fall asleep, and then I'll be like waiting for her to come back, and she's just out for the night.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Damn, R.I.P.
I know, rip. And I... sometimes I go in there and shake her back awake. Other times I'm like,
come on.
I feel like she's too tired. I just don't want to wake her up. I don't want to
right.
She needs her
she's
rest.
She's exhausted, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't, but like, yeah, it's like disappointing. So I was like kind of just waiting for her, and I think I was like, just on my phone or whatever. I'm like, I'll throw on the Haunted Mansion. It's got Rosario Dawson in it. She's got a kid.
Eddie Murphy's latest, paycheck.
Eddie Murphy was nowhere to be found in the film.
Wait, what?
The new one. The new Haunted Mansion.
He's in it, isn't he not?
Eddie Murphy?
He's on the thing.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute.
I didn't see him.
You watched the whole thing?
Up. Maybe he pops in.
You watched the whole. I
watched
thing?
like the first 40.
The first 40.
Yeah.
He's on. I swear he's on the thing.
It was terrible. As Owen Wilson is like a priest. Yeah, that part was okay. Owen Wilson was. I mean, none of the actors were bad. It was just like
I guess I'm smoking crack.
Shitty like movie like production.
I guess I'm really. Okay, yeah. For some reason, I thought Eddie Murphy was in this. Why did I think that?
Well, he's in the original
one.
Yeah. Well, not the original.
Or yeah, the second original. I guess. Huh. Interesting.
Wasn't there a Haunted Mansion movie before the original Haunted Mansion?
I thought he was in.
Maybe there wasn't.
I don't know. But this one was worse. Would you say this one was worse or better than the original, or than that one?
I don't know. It's been so long since I saw the original, the Eddie Murphy one.
It's got Owen Wilson as a priest and Danny DeVito playing himself.
Oh yeah, Danny DeVito was in it. Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, that was terrible. Never watched that. Anyone? I don't know why. I just thought maybe it'd be spooky or something. Like maybe there'd be some like fun,
some spooks,
spooky vibes for like. I knew it was like a family friendly film, but I thought maybe there would be some like fun architecture.
Right.
But like for the first 40 minutes, I feel like
throw it on, get spooked. They
weren't really in the house that much. They were just like in like regular settings. I'm like, where's the house?
Where's the house? That's the whole movie.
I want the house to be really. I thought it'd open like in the house or something.
Right.
It was just shit, dude. Don't watch it. It was terrible.
Damn.
I mean, I didn't really watch it, but there was nothing of notes.
DC was really trying to make their own like Iron Man with this Blue Beetle movie. I'll tell you what.
Man.
It's
tell me about this Blue Beetle.
It's
the Skeetle.
Tonally confusing. It's a comedy, I guess.
God damn it, dude.
It's a comedy, and they're really digging deep into like the Latino stuff. I would say at least in the amount of the movie that I watched, like probably at least 20% of it was George Lopez like yelling.
Oh God.
He's like plays like the crazy uncle. He's like the crazy uncle. Or whatever.
I guess like if you're like maybe like that's like a certain type of humor that just doesn't appeal to like white people or something. I don't know. I don't want to write it off as just being bad. Like maybe it's just like a different type of. I guess because I never got like George Lopez. Like the George Lopez show was always on as a kid, and he was like so painfully unfunny. Even as a kid, I was like, why are they making this? But there are plenty of white shows like that too, like Cheers and shit. Like Cheers was always on, and that was fucking terrible too.
where everybody knows your name.
Like, it was just awful.
And
And yeah, George Lopez was, that show was terrible.
Glad you came.
And it's like, what is the draw of this blue Skeetle movie? Like, yeah, George Lopez is not gonna get me through the door.
Yeah, like the villain was not good. I mean, the thing is, like, as soon as he gets the Blue Beetle, it's like, who can compete with you that we've seen in this movie so far? Like, you're like,
right. Is there some sort of like Nega Beetle?
I only watched 40 minutes.
There's probably some sort of like,
no, it's like the movie starts and like there's like this company and they like have like the Blue Beetle and they're like using it to make like military technology. And they're evil or whatever, you know. The lady's like only about money and like.
Isn't it run by like some like Hollywood actress, some legacy Hollywood actress?
It is, and then
is it like is it Sigourney Weaver or is it like?
It's not Sigourney Weaver.
Is it like
It's not Sigourney Weaver. It's
Is it that girl from Silence of the Lambs?
No, I don't know who it is. Susan Sarandon?
Is it Susan Sarandon? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, you're right. It's Susan Sarandon. I thought it was Jodie Foster.
Sarandon. Yeah, it's Susan Sarandon, and she's like she's like in control of this corporation. But like the thing is, her niece,
Sauron.
like
Susan Sauron.
She like doesn't want the company to be like evil, you know. But Susan Sarandon's like, this was your dad's company, but guess what? He's fucking dead. So now it's my company, and I'm gonna make sure that we make money at any cost.
He's been dead for a long time.
And turns out he was the Blue Beetle.
Oh, he was the first one.
He was like the one, like the ones that you see in the original comics, you know, that didn't have any superpowers.
Were the
Beetle.
Were the leads at least like entertaining? Like, were they like charming? Like the main guy, was he good?
I don't think so. Not really for me. His like thing is like thing.
I might check it out.
His thing is that he wants a job.
Yeah.
He like gets out of college, and it turns out and he gets home. He comes home and everyone's like, "Oh, like you're here," and then they're like, "Yeah, we have some bad news. Like, we lost our family business, and we are losing the place where we live." And then the evil corporation is like, you know, they're tearing down like the neighborhood or something or whatever. And then it was like,
they gotta save the neighborhood.
It's not a save the neighborhood type thing. But then it's like he's like, oh yeah, like, well, I'm gonna get a good job and because I have a degree and that counts for something, right? And then it's like cuts to and he's like working at like a hotel with his sister, like cleaning up stuff.
Huh.
And then his sister,
hold on.
His sister. Yeah, it's like that's right. His sister, you know, she's like a real firecracker, you know. She's always saying stuff that's like, "Oh, you're saying that? You're a woman."
Is she played by Awkwafina?
No.
Damn it. They should have cast Awkwafina as a Latino.
Yeah, they should have.
That would have been good.
And that would have been perfect. No, but no, this chick like when
they're signed with Marvel.
They're like working at this hotel. She's like, I need to take a dump or whatever. and he's like,
she said it.
Yeah. And nice. he's or something. Sounds good. Very close to that. And he's like, oh, okay, the service bathroom's over here. She's like, no, I want to take a shit in like the nice bathroom. She's like, I want to feel, you know, like good while I take my dump or whatever. Nice. I want it to be like fancy. And then she like comes out of the bathroom after she takes her shit. And they gets them both fired. Oh. Because Susan Sarandon's standing right there.
Why would you take a shit in the wrong bathroom when you want a job?
I guess you need, yeah. And then it's
not worth the risk.
And then like the chick is like, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, my aunt fired you. Like, here's my card. You know, maybe I can give you a job. He's like, oh, great. And then he like gets all ready to go and see her to hopefully get a job. And then that's when she steals the Blue Beetle from the lab and she hands it to him.
Gotcha.
And then he brings it. She's like, don't open this box. Don't even look at it. What this is, you know.
Right.
And then he brings it home and she's like, he opens it and it like, you know, works its way up into his spine. George Lopez keeps insisting that it crawled in his ass. You have to unplug it and plug it back in. You have to unplug it and plug it back in.
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, you can.
I might fuck up the stream.
I think it'll be okay.
I'm gonna do it.
I think it'll be okay. It's a lot better like that. Yeah, George Lopez is like, yeah, it crawled up your ass.
But now this is like colliding.
I don't know. Look.
Oh, just kind of like, okay, yeah. This makes more sense, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that way it's not in front of our face too much.
Is it picking you up though? Looks like it.
Testing.
Oh
Testing.
yeah, it is. So yeah, and then like the
shadowy cave.
what is this new one that you got? And then like yeah, then it's like, oh, like, you know, he's the Blue Beetle, and it's like the suit's like flying him around. You know, he's like can't control it. It's like system initializing.
So like basically he's
scanned.
This is like the opposite of this is like the inverse of Iron Man. He's poor, he's young,
right,
and he doesn't know how to control it.
Right.
He didn't even make it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, but it's DC's Iron Man.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, basically he has an Iron Man suit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like a Blue Beetle kind of bat cave that they go to. He's like,
they both have to take on Titans of Industry.
They're like, this is kind of he's like, this is kind of like Batman's cave.
He said that?
Yeah. Or something like that.
Nah.
Something
wait, how do people know Batman has a cave?
I don't know.
It's not like public knowledge.
Or something. Maybe he didn't say something like that. Maybe he was saying like, oh, this gear looks like Batman's gear, but like it was made by somebody that like is stupid or something. She's like, yeah, my dad, you know, he just really like he was.
Which Batman is this that he's referring to?
I don't know.
Is he talking about the Ben Affleck Batman?
I don't know. He was referring
Batman's
to Batman.
Supposed to be like a shadowy figure of the night.
Batman
like people aren't
like
supposed to know that he has like cool gear.
Dude, I'm telling you, the tone of this movie was like very strange.
You definitely wouldn't know Batman lives in a bat cave.
Maybe he didn't say it was like his cave. But it was like a bat cave.
Batman's supposed to be like mysterious. Like you're not really supposed to know that he necessarily has technology. Like
he definitely talked about the gear being like Batman's gear or something like that. Anyway, so that was all I didn't get.
He's not like an NFL player.
I didn't get further than that.
Who does like videos on YouTube talking about what's in his bag or whatever.
Anyway, yeah. But Iron Man, the Marvel's Iron Man movie.
Yeah,
I watched it.
Better than Blue Beetle.
I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Better than the Skeetle.
What did Alyssa think of Iron Man?
Well, it was difficult to get her to even consider the idea of watching it with me.
Yeah, same.
Really?
With Mackenzie?
Oh yeah. Man, it was like a 3-hour like discussion.
Oh really? I kind of just told her we're watching it, and she was like,
Yeah. Well. She
was like, oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Look.
Well, I told Alyssa that we were gonna watch it, and then she was like, "Oh, like that sounds horrible. Like I really don't want to watch that. Like I don't even like Robert Downey Jr." And I was like, "Well,
he's so likable."
I was like, "Well, we gotta watch it for the Bait Buffet," and she was like, "Well, like this is supposed to be like our time to hang out. Like, why don't you watch it with Mason or whatever?" And I'm like, "No, like I'm with you. Like we gotta watch it together. Like we're married. You know, Mason's not here."
Once a week.
It's like a once a week thing.
It's like one movie a week.
It's like one movie.
You just gotta expect.
Just yeah. That's what I told her. I'm like, this is just one day out of the 7.
Right.
You know that we're gonna have to watch something. I was like, we'll watch your thing first. You know, like we'll watch Haunting of Hill House because she wanted to rewatch that.
Oh, okay, nice.
Nice. And I'm down to rewatch that too. And then it was just like whole thing. And eventually she conceded.
You got there though.
And we got there, and she was like, "No, like I."
It's like a game of chess, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Like she was like, "Okay, like we'll watch Iron Man," and like I don't even want to watch Haunting of Hill House tonight. Let's just watch Iron Man. I was like, bet whatever.
Knight to E5.
Yeah, and we watched it, and I think she was really enjoying it. I think it definitely after he like kind of gets out of the cave, the movie kind of is a little bit aimless. I still feel like it's very entertaining, especially from like a nostalgic kind of watch of it, because I've seen it so many times in the past and stuff. But like, yeah, for someone who has never seen it or someone who's not super interested in it, like it kind of like has its first big like real climax like after he leaves the cave, because it's really engaging up until that point.
Yeah. It's
so
tight.
The story is really tight.
So tight.
Yeah, the storytelling is really, really
up until he is
focused.
Like sitting down, and up until he's like in the conference room, and he's like, "All right, everybody, can we just like sit down?"
Yeah.
Then it's like it kind of starts like
Yeah, because
slowing
we're
down.
basically kind of just waiting for Obadiah to go crazy and like
We're trying to
become the Ironmonger.
we're waiting for something to happen.
What I think could have tightened it up a little bit better, because I still think it's a great movie. Like, it launched the MCU and it was really well done, really well told, but it does have that like long kind of middle section after he leaves where it's like, okay, like then this happens, then this happens, and he's kind of just like building stuff.
He's just like building the
kind
suit.
of,
He's just like
he's
actually
building
making
the suit, testing the suit out,
and like they're developing him and Pepper's relationship.
Yeah, there's some good scenes with him and Pepper. Like, I think Alyssa was pretty engaged during that scene where she has to like reconnect his heart or whatever.
She got out her pots.
She what?
Pepper had to bring out her pots.
She had to. She had to bring out her pots. And help him with his like.
Well, so let's start at the beginning though.
Yeah. I mean, I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
You know,
okay,
like that in-fight scene. I wanted it to be more epic. I think they could have cut like 10 minutes out of the middle and made like the climax like more spectacular. Gave that 10 more minutes.
I feel like
maybe that would have balanced it a bit better.
I feel like the kind of thing that they did where he like doesn't have enough juice.
Yeah.
Kind of limited them. And how epic that scene could be.
Right, yeah, because he starts the fight out with just like a dud battery.
He's got hardly any juice left.
Yeah, so he can't really do his full Iron Man.
And Obadiah's got all the juice.
Yeah. I gotta say, Tony, I'm thoroughly enjoying the suit. I love Obadiah, dude.
He's so
good.
He's such a mensch. Like,
dude, he's wearing these like
he's swagged the fuck out.
He's so swag.
He's got that daddy swag.
He's wearing these like perfectly tailored, like thick, fat suits, and they're cut in such a way like I don't even know what time period they're from.
They're timeless.
They're literally timeless.
They're timeless.
Like it doesn't seem modern, but it doesn't seem like retro either.
When this podcast really takes off and I've got Taylor money, I'm gonna be like, give me the Obadiah.
Get the person who was the costume designer on Iron Man 1.
Give me the Obadiah because it's like it's like they're at the gala
and he holds his like he puts his hands on his hips like this, and the way it like frays out like the way it displays out is just so perfect and beautiful.
He's so fucking swagged out like the whole fucking movie. And like you see him in like every state of dress and undress.
There's scenes where he's like shirtless. For no real reason.
Really sexy too.
And he's got like the chain.
Yeah.
There's like one shot of like his place where it cuts to like Obadiah's house.
Yeah,
and
he's like sitting in this like really nice like robe.
He's sitting in this really posh,
like this like
robe.
really like luxurious.
Yeah.
Like very like, I mean it's just it's
like velvety.
It's like if Hugh Hefner was like actually like sexy.
And his place is like really like the opposite of Tony's. It's all like old money kind of.
Right. He's got like all these like Egyptian
and
like
shit.
like all this like gaudy
shit.
all this like gaudy like shit.
It's like brown
rich,
and gold.
Old like rich guy.
Old rich guy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like Tony's places are like sleek and minimalist and like modern and shit. So funny, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could have had more Obadiah too.
I wish
because every scene
would have focused more on him. Yeah.
He eats every scene he's in. It's like
a black hole. For my attention.
A black hole of energy. Yeah, I feel like Robert Downey's like kind of struggling to keep up with him, like in these scenes. Like he's running after.
Well, you have Robert Downey Jr. fresh off his last bender, and he's up against acting wise Jeff Bridges at the pinnacle of his career.
Who Jeff Bridges, who can grow a full head of hair, decides to shave it all off. What a power move, dude.
Mr. Stane.
I'm sad though that his name isn't actually spelled Stain.
But it's pronounced Stane.
It's but it's like Stane or something.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of better though. It's classier.
It's a little classier.
It's more classy.
It's like more realistic, I guess.
Right.
But like I kind of just want it to be like literally Stane.
The illustrious House of Stane. The illustrious. He's
I
one.
Love
he's
that.
one.
I love that his name is Obadiah Stane.
He's one man in a line of many men of the illustrious name of Stane. Right. So.
Right.
But anyway,
they leave a stain on whatever they touch.
And he is just sexy. Like
I know. I was kind of rooting for him the whole movie.
He is like it's like they aged him up. Like Jeff Bridges was like young. They aged him up a little bit.
Yeah, I think they grade his eyebrows.
Yeah, and his beard too. I think to make him more distinguished.
Yeah, because he was basically looked the same since that movie.
Yeah.
He still looks really good.
He was so
He was in
hot.
that movie, The Old Man.
He really
that TV show, The Old Man. I kind of want to check that out.
I haven't watched that yet. I haven't watched that.
Yeah.
He's really got like throughout the film though. Like he's really got that daddy swag. Like next time I get a tux, if I ever get a tux, like really like a tuxedo tailored, I'm gonna be like, yeah. Can you also do one of these like Obadiah Stane like scarves? This like tux scarf. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's almost like a sash or something.
Yeah. What the hell was that? Like that was so like it really just like tied his whole outfit together. It's such a statement piece. It's so over the top yet refined.
He was making money moves the whole movie too.
Oh yeah, the whole movie.
Like he was the definition of hustle culture.
He'll sell to the Americans. He'll sell to the multicultural terrorist organization.
Hey, say, hey, you got the guapo? I'm not gonna be the one to stop.
They speak every language. There's so many languages out there. There's not just one.
Yeah. We don't have to blame any one.
There's not just one
ethnicity or group of individuals. Yeah. It's the 7 rings.
It's the
rings of all the bad people who have
the Iran, Iraq, Afghan,
Russian. There was just like a random white guy there.
Yeah. I like that guy. Yeah.
And he was like there for a while.
They color corrected him though to look a little bit more brown. Like they made him like because he like when you look at him, you're like, this is a white guy. But like if you're not looking for a white guy, you would definitely see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like there are like some
which
like
I
wacko
appreciate.
like white American people who like join like ISIS who like go over there and like just like want to fuck shit up.
Right.
So it's. Conceivably, it's feasible.
The 10 rings.
Yeah, I love how
going back to the beginning of the film.
How they're not afraid to really go there with the violence and the sex and the nudity.
It was really
and the exposed asshole.
You could tell that
that was really brave.
Was Disney in charge of this?
No, I don't think Disney had bought Marvel yet.
Yeah, you can tell that Disney was not in charge of this movie because like the movie starts off right.
That was crazy when he's fucking that chick in the beginning, and you see her whole butthole.
I was impressed by that. I thought that was a real power move.
Yeah, like this movie really does things that no Marvel movie today would do. And
you could count the rings on her ass. She was at least 27.
Dude, she was all over Tony's cock, dude, and like
bro, it was like that scene is so funny because like the movie starts right.
He didn't even guess where she went to college correctly, and she still
right, and then he calls her like, all right, Mrs. Brown, or whatever,
yeah. Berkeley,
and then he takes her to Browntown.
Yeah, he puts it in her pooper,
puts it in her brown,
That was so good, man. I don't think Tony's ever fucked since that. I don't remember him ever fucking after that chick.
Dude, so he
establishes this like playboy like guy who always fucks.
It's like
then he's cucked by Pepper the rest of the entire MCU.
The movie starts, right?
Okay.
And he is just like he's got this like evil little goatee. I love the evil little goatee. It's like, man, this guy's a real evil ass. Well, no, so it starts and he's like in the Humvee, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in black. Get the sack.
It's like we're
about to get attacked. Cut loose.
Hey, you're about to get attacked
from the noose.
Don't just turn this crap off and focus on the road. We're about to hit a fucking landmine.
I know it's the fun V, right?
Yeah.
So
he's like drinking.
He's like drinking, like he's with a bunch of soldiers, and they're all like, oh, like did you really fuck like all of the. Like immediately, he fucks. They're like, did you really fuck all of the women from Sports Illustrated's whatever last year?
Like it was like the entire like 12 calendar.
Yeah. All the cover girls or whatever. He's like, well, technically I did get 12, but just because the last 2 were twins.
Right. Yeah.
So not only does he fuck, He has threesomes.
That's awesome.
Where is this?
That's
Where is that in the current MCU?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a threesome even mentioned since then.
What?
Sexless.
They're missing. Yeah, honestly, devoid of sexuality.
Fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, right off the bat, you're like, wow, this is a different kind of animal. This movie.
Right. This isn't
haven't seen it in a while.
This isn't Peter Parker.
I'm shocked.
This isn't Peter Parker or Professor X.
This isn't.
This guy fucks.
Peter Parker and fucking.
Right.
Fucking incel Doctor Strange.
No, Professor X, because it's just been Spider-Man and the X-Men so far, right?
What, the new ones?
No, bro.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking about like back in the day when this movie came
out.
out.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I'm thinking like all Marvel really has to go with now is like X-Men, Spider-Man, and maybe Fantastic Four.
Well, then history repeats itself, right? Because back then, that's all they had too.
You hear Pedro Pascal got casted as Mr. Fantastic?
Before you said that it was Mr. Fantastic, I guessed that it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
hopefully he'll do good.
Hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah. I when I think Mr. Fantastic, I don't think Pedro Pascal, but I also don't think Miles Teller. So this is going in a better direction.
And that movie was awesome. So,
who could ask for more?
Yeah.
The Fan 4 stick.
The Fan 4 stick. Yeah, I'm hoping Marvel can kind of turn it around. Because like I want to go back to this time when these movies were good. This movie was like really fun, Kind
of like when you're on your way to something, right? Like an event,
sure,
and you miss your exit.
Damn it!
You need to turn it around.
Yeah, you need to fucking.
You need to fucking pop a Yui.
You literally need to stop in the middle of traffic, turn your car around, and drive into oncoming traffic. Right. And at the soonest opportunity, merge into the. I mean, that's how I drive.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I really hope they can pop a Yui. I really don't think that they will be able to because they're too constrained by their puritanical views. Right? Because here's the thing, right? This movie starts, and the Tony Stark, the man who the movie's about, is like, yeah, like I fucked all 12 bitches, but like actually 2 of them were twins, so I fucked her and her sister too. Like what? That is, if they fucked all at the same time, like, is that incest? Like,
yeah.
like they're giving like hints of like extremely subversive like sexual like material here, like already, like from the jump, right? And he's like with soldiers, and they're like, oh, like you're so cool, like, oh, Mr. Stark. He's like mentioning things that like the kids know about, like MySpace.
Oh yeah, he mentioned he's
like, don't want to see that on your MySpace. Like, don't throw up gang signs. Just kidding. Throw it up. Put it up there. It's like, peace. Yeah, dude. What a great line. Peace. Yeah, I love peace. Peace would put me out of a job or whatever. be out of a job with peace. Like,
he's like a greasy, like,
out of a job. You're fucking a billionaire. Like, what do you mean out of a job? Like,
he's just a greasy scoos who manufactures weapons.
I know, yeah. Like, he's so, yeah, and he's got the goatee to match.
I love how the movie's actually kind of like about something.
Yeah.
That's what's cool. It's like he has like a he's kind of like questioned his ideals.
His entire existence.
His entire existence is like brought into question like right away.
Yeah.
And then that him grappling with like who he is, his identity, and what his beliefs are is like a core facet of the film.
Well, which
makes it really interesting from like a character level.
Well, yeah, like his character.
Bravo.
His character goes through a real development.
Yeah, it's like, wow, like what's like the Marvels about? Like Carol Danvers,
bro.
And she's super powered, and
I honestly I wake up and I thank the Lord, literally, God above, every day that I don't know what the Marvels is about.
Right. I mean, I just can't think of a MCU film, post Endgame, that's really like about anything necessarily, like in terms of it's like.
I'm going for
just trying to stop the villain.
I'm going for a brain blast. Nothing.
It's like, fuck. It's like, this guy's fucking shit up. We got to stop him. All right. Let's
here we go.
Work.
Yeah, better put on the gloves.
But the more interesting battle is the one that happens in here.
Right here.
On the inside.
Yeah, in your lungs. Don't smoke.
Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you.
This film contains tobacco depictions. Dude, so yeah, immediately, he fucks, right? He fucks. He sells weapons. He doesn't want peace. We know these things about the man.
Yeah.
We're like, we already know this about the man.
The Jericho.
Well, hold on. We're not even there yet,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We're still in the car. We're in the fucking Humvee, right?
Bam.
And then it's
Bam.
and it's contact.
I don't think that even happens.
What?
They get blown up first.
Oh no, the Humvee in front of them gets blown up.
Yeah.
And then like the soldiers get wiped out. You're like, oh shit, we were getting to know these guys.
Yeah, for real.
And
that
then,
was crazy.
And then he's like gets out of the car and he's like fucking trying to hide and shit, you know. And a missile fucking lands in the dirt, and it's got his fucking name on it.
It's got crazy good like film editing and sound effects and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like there's like these nice like whip pans and like zoom ins I was noticing, and like queued up by like a sound effect or like just like little moments where like you felt some personality in the filmmaking. And and like I don't know if that's really present in the other films. Or as much.
Jon Favreau really pulled out all the stops for this one.
This one's cool because it doesn't feel like I don't know. I guess it feels like a big budget production, but it's just a different kind of animal than like the more current what we're used to today. Well, not just from Marvel, but just in general. It doesn't have that like that glossy like shine to it that movies have nowadays. It feels
like it takes place like in the same world, approximately the same world that we live in.
Yeah.
Approximately.
It doesn't have like the really even like studio lighting where everything's shot like in the volume or in front of a green screen.
Well, and just the themes.
There's some grain and some grit to like the I wonder if it was shot on film. It might have been.
Well, yeah, and the themes, right? The themes are like it's very mature themes. Like this guy, he fucks, right?
Yeah.
He's
an adult.
He's a fully participating member of the military-industrial complex.
Right.
Like it's not, aliens that are coming to fuck us up. It's not like some kind of magical mythical creature.
Yeah.
Right? It's like he is the military-industrial complex, and the military-industrial complex is it's hurting people.
They do a good job of like kind of ramping up to like the silliness.
Yeah.
Because it kind of seems more grounded at the beginning.
It really established itself in a very grounded way.
Yeah, and then it works its way up to like. I think the movies, all the kind of MCU films, like through Endgame, kind of do a good job of like ramping up the intensity.
Because basically, superheroes don't exist. Yeah,
I mean, retroactively, there's been so much shit that Marvel's made up since this movie.
Whatever, right about that. But in this movie, when you're watching this movie in 2008,
he's like the first one.
Superheroes don't exist.
Yeah,
like he is not like it's not like, oh yeah, like. You guys hear about the Hulk? Like, he's really smashing shit up. Like, so it's so it's believable. It's like believable, and that's what the one thing that was like good. Not believable, but it's like it feels more grounded, right? Like, it's not like this like massive like Marvel universe where it's like all these heroes exist and like like the hero that you're being introduced to, like they know of all these other heroes, and then there's all this like stuff that's happened. I don't know, right? Like
he's the template. He's not just another bad photocopy. He's the standard.
Right. So sick. And then he gets blown the fuck up. He gets blown up, and then the movie goes back in time, which I like how they get you in.
Yeah, there's that little hook.
That
was a good way to start it.
They hook you in, right?
Yeah.
They show you who he is, right? In a very condensed way that works.
Tony Stark.
Just through a simple conversation that he's having naturally with the people around him.
Right.
And then it's like, he's been given this award and he's not there. Obadiah, but then you're introduced to Obadiah, right?
Yeah.
Obadiah's there.
They had this like great little like video, of presenting who he is, what his background is,
right?
His
kind
dad.
of like when Derek Zoolander is like put, introduced.
Very much a Derek
Zoolander
kind of edit. Yeah, I think that was the template. Yeah.
Derek Zoolander. and you're introduced to his military liaison or whatever.
There's like a lot of really bad Photoshop like of him like as a child, like in on magazines.
He graduated from MIT at the age of 17.
Summa cum laude at the age of 4. And Obadiah wanted the company, but guess what? He took it over at 21.
Right. Then the passing of a Titan.
Yeah.
Howard Stark.
That was good. He did die. And his wife. But black.
R.I.P.
But black. the fucking Winter Soldier made quick work of them, dude.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, rip.
Crack. So
Isn't that how he fucking iced him? I forgot how he killed him. I think he just punched his dad really hard, right?
Or something.
Something.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one.
Yeah. So then, right? Like, we're introduced to Obadiah. We're introduced to the military guy who's like his overseer.
Terrence Howard is playing Rhodey.
Yeah, Don Cheadle.
He's the serious one, who's trying to take his job seriously.
I kind of wish they had kept him instead of Don Cheadle.
Yeah, he's better than Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle is good in a lot of stuff. I like Don Cheadle, but he's kind of too like, I don't know, like funny for the role.
I think I don't know what happened with Terrence Howard, but he definitely like had more of a presence and more of a character that I would have. I liked his interaction with Tony more.
I believed him more as like a military man.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Don Cheadle's been good in other stuff for sure. But
I always loved Don, but
was Terrence Howard like hard to work with or something, or like maybe
I don't know.
Just couldn't get find the right contract.
I don't know.
Or like they couldn't agree on a sum.
They couldn't
they couldn't hack it.
They couldn't get.
They couldn't get him, dude. But yeah, I love how they have Obadiah accepting the award. Like he has to take.
He steps in for Tony.
He has to take Tony's
he's like carrying his luggage.
Yeah, basically, like he's taking his scraps off the table. Like with the leftovers. That's for Obadiah. So it kind of illustrates that point. It drives it home really nice.
It's like he's like sees himself as being equally important to the company, but like the one being celebrated is the guy who doesn't even care.
Right. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
I'm
right at this point. I'm rooting for Obi.
Right, and Obi's like, yeah, Tony, he's always working. Cut to, he has what 5 bitches on him.
There are a lot of cut tos.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Cut to, he's got 5 bitches on him. Hold on, 5 lovely women.
Yeah.
Right.
Please.
Let me be a little more, respectful. As it would. He's got some ladies on, some lovely ladies with him, right? And
some lovely future mothers.
And he's rolling the dice.
Yeah.
He's shooting craps or whatever he's doing, and
that's someone's future wife you're talking about.
That's true. I'm sure they're all great women. So, and they have good taste in men, right?
They love Tony, and they want to they want to get a piece of the action.
That's right.
Right, because Tony's got a lot going for him.
He does.
He's smart.
He does.
He's intelligent. He's got lots of money.
Ding, ding, ding.
That last part's probably the most important.
Well,
he's got cash.
I do like how he's also
cool.
is really smart.
Yeah, no, there's good banter, good dialogue. I feel like Tony's kind of at the top of his game.
Yeah, so then so it's like you're really introduced to this whole situation, etc. Right, and then where does it go right after that? What are we at his house?
Well, he's playing.
He's playing. Yeah, he's shooting dice or whatever.
He's shooting dice, and Terrence Howard's like, "Hey, you got this award, and you missed it or whatever." Right. He's like, "Yeah, I got a bunch of those awards. I don't care. I don't give a fuck."
It's like, yeah, put it on the shelf.
And then he is leaving, I think, and he's stopped by Berkeley.
Oh right, yeah, he's leaving. And he stopped by a chick. She's like, so you're a member of the military industrial complex. Like, don't you care or whatever? He's like, well, what I would care to do is. She's like, don't you ever lose any sleep? He's like, I'd lose some sleep with you. Cut to.
Bang, ding, 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 ding. They'd always cut to him doing something cool, and it'd be like a little James Bond kind of ding, 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 ding.
Cut to.
It's pretty cool.
Cut to. You see her entire turd cutter.
Yeah. You see it all, dude.
Call it like I see it.
I don't know what cut I got.
Yeah,
it was on Disney Plus, but I was like, whoa.
Same. Why? What's up with this? I did. They did ask me if I wanted to be have the mature settings.
Right.
If I wanted to be on the kids settings.
I guess
before.
I just always saw the kid version before, but this new version was crazy because it was full penetrative sex.
Yeah, and it was pretty hot.
Prolonged.
And they're really going at it.
I mean, yeah,
they're really going at it.
It was crazy how they did that one long uncut shot of him just fucking for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah. And
to climax.
And then to show him leaking out. of her in that way. I thought to me it was a little bit too much,
graphic.
a little bit graphic, but what are you gonna do? So anyway,
Good stuff.
and then so she gets her brains like absolutely railed out.
Her pussy gets eviscerated.
She's completely railed, and then she wakes up the next morning. The computer in the house wakes her up at 7. Bright and early. And you're introduced to Tony's house.
You're introduced to fucking Jarvis, for
Hello.
the first time.
Good morning, ho.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, this is like, kind of like an invasion of privacy, because we know Jarvis gains sentience at a later date.
Yeah, so Jarvis probably fucks too.
So does he
right?
still have all those memories of seeing Tony do all that stuff?
Watching Tony like nail, uncounted, like at least
thousands of bitches.
at least 13 women we know about,
yeah.
Specifically because they've been mentioned so far.
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't remember all that stuff.
Yeah.
He was there. He just wasn't like sentient at that point.
He probably knows all Tony's moves.
But
too.
yeah, the vision, he really has the vision,
Yeah.
of what Tony did to all these women.
Yeah.
Nice. Before he
yeah.
Before
what they don't tell you about Jarvis,
pot.
what they don't tell you about Jarvis is he's a real horn dog.
Jarvis is like, it's very sunny outside. Get out of here.
Good morning. It's 7:00 and it's sunny today.
Yeah, it's real nice outside. Why don't you take a walk?
Why don't you hit the fucking bricks? And then she like goes, and then we're introduced to Pepper Potts, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you must be the illustrious Pepper Potts." Tony still has you picking up the dry cleaning. She's like, "I do everything that Tony needs me to do, including taking out the trash,
including getting rid of some busted whores." She might as well have said that.
She literally.
That was brutal.
Okay, so this chick,
she did not deserve that.
We're only 10 and 15 minutes in this movie.
She went to Berkeley, goddammit.
We're only 10, 15 minutes in this movie, and Tony's already talked about having a menage a trois, right? With twins, right?
Yeah, some incest shit.
Like an incest threesome.
Sexual liaison.
Yeah, an incest threesome, and then he bangs this chick who apparently hates him.
Yeah,
5 minutes
she
before.
Fucking hate fucked him.
Yeah. And then Pepper Potts and then Pepper Potts shows up and literally calls her trash.
Wow. I mean, she was kind of a bitch to Pepper Potts, but like not that much of a bitch. She took it up to 11.
Tony still has you picking up the dry cleaning
after all these years.
What time did Pepper get up to do all this too? She gets about 5.
Yeah, she smelled the stank in the air.
She knew too.
She knew.
Jarvis called her. Jarvis probably piped the feed into her. Mr. Tony seems to be dropping a load tonight.
Oh man.
Yeah. So then the movie's very sexual.
She gives her a Plan B pill and sends her on her way.
It was weird in this cut. She grabs her and like injects her.
Oh shit.
Yeah, with it, you got to make sure she takes that because you don't want Tony's seed. You got
to use like a little like Cumby on her or something to like remove the jism.
Well, it's like an injectable Plan B. Like
okay. Gotcha.
With like one of those
Tony does this so frequently. He's got it down pat.
She's got a whole drawer full of these.
She fucking
syringes.
hates his guts.
Yeah. So anyway, then we're and Tony's already downstairs working on a hot rod.
It seems like a waste of time. I guess it's just like a hobby for him.
He just does whatever he wants. He's just having fun.
That's like his building his Lego set.
Yeah. It seems, sir, that the compression is off.
Ah.
He knows what that means.
So can't you just buy a car? It's already.
He's making it though. It's his. He's like.
It's just his hobby.
Like we're being shown that he like makes his own machines.
He's a tinkerer.
He's like he knows.
But he's not making his own machine. It's already like a manufactured car, right?
No. I think it's hot rods are usually cars that people have
customized.
That people have built.
Gotcha. Okay.
Themselves.
So I think he's building a car.
I think he's building it. Yeah, like actually designing it, like engineering it.
Yeah, he's not really putting his talents to good use. But you see that he has talents.
Right, and Pepper comes down, and we're in his like workshop. They talk and stuff. Oh, she's like, "Do you want the Jackson Pollock?" He's like, "Well, She's like, "It's too expensive." He's like, "Buy it, store it. I need it."
Throw it in the warehouse.
Throw it in the warehouse.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Really good shit.
Yeah. They have a nice little connection.
Yeah,
a little flirtatious banter.
They have a rapport. He's like, "Oh, it's your birthday." She's like, "Yeah, it's the same day every year."
Mm-hmm.
Just like it always is. And he's like, did I get you something nice? She's like, very nice.
I like her little glow up moment later on in the movie.
Got me something very tasteful.
It's the trope of like like the kind of stuffy pencil pusher chick, and then she lets her hair down.
Right. Mackenzie was like, oh, she's supposed to be hot now. She let her hair down.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then she's like, oh, you're late for your thing. He's like, well, it's my plane, right? What's the point of having a private jet if it doesn't leave whenever I want? And then he gets there or whatever, and the military guy's been waiting for 3 hours. Poor guy, and he's all mad.
Yeah, he's always pissed.
Jon Favreau, him and Jon Favreau like race there, and it's like the John's in the rollie.
He just lives life, so hard.
Why was Jon Favreau even there?
Jon Favreau's
I guess to bring
bodyguard.
his luggage. Yeah, but he didn't come with him.
He didn't?
He wasn't on the Fun V. No,
That's
Tony
true.
just gets on the plane.
Yeah, I guess just for company.
Just to have
a guy to
show
race.
them racing like a Rolls Royce versus like an Audi, like
just in case there's any issue on the way,
Right.
Any like if Tony accidentally hits a homeless guy, John's there to cover it up.
Right. Yeah. It's like Tony's like, I thought I lost you there, and Jon Favreau's like, you did. I had to cut across Mulholland. L.A.
Jon Favreau looks really thin and like really really young
He's
and handsome.
young in that movie.
Everyone looks so young. It's crazy.
Yeah, everyone's really.
How long ago
young.
was this movie made? Like fucking not that long ago.
2008. I mean,
that's like less than 20
15 years.
It's like only like 15 years,
isn't it? Carry the
so
two.
It doesn't seem like that much.
15 years
time
is a number of years, bro.
Is it?
Yeah,
I guess so.
How old were we?
I mean, I was 15. I was like 15 or 16.
So
basically the same age I am now.
Full adult.
I mean,
what?
I was done growing at that stage, mentally and physically.
Oh well, thank God. Yeah, just like a Michael Fassbender in The Killer.
Right.
So
got the brain of a 14-year-old.
Embrace the void.
Don't talk to the normies,
etc. Yeah, don't talk to the normies, etc. So, yeah, then so then he gets on the plane with his buddy, and there's some stewardesses on this plane this flight. It's his flight. They're his stewardesses. He's taking everything super lightly. It's all a joke to him. And he's like, yeah, all right, hot sake. Pour him a hot sake. The guy's like, I'm not drinking. Cut to. We have
another fun cut to moment.
Yeah, he's drinking.
This got a real laugh out of Alyssa. She thought that was really funny.
Yeah, he's drinking.
I think it's the best cut to funny joke moment.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's all leaning into him.
He's holding the bottle.
He's like, listen, when I get up in the morning,
right.
I put my pants on one leg at a time. And all the strippers are dancing,
Yeah, the stripper, all the stewardesses have become strippers.
Well, I think they were strippers, and he just hired them to be stewardesses.
And a stripper pole like fucking like emerges from the center.
Where's that coming from? It's a plane.
I know. All right.
I guess
Tony figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if he can build the Iron Man suit,
he can put a stripper pole on a plane. So yeah, and the stripper pole like raises up out of the floor, and then they start using it.
Yeah, maybe it's like a collapsing stripper pole.
They're like, dude, how many other Disney movies how many other Marvel movies have a stripper pole?
I never see that today. There's so many moments like that where I'm like, holy shit, is he being kidnapped and attacked by brown people who are holding guns to his head and shouting in a foreign languge? That would be too intense for Disney.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it.
They would be white people.
They wouldn't do it.
Who are oppressing a minority today.
I mean, here's the thing: if you do that in your movie, you might offend the Saudi market.
Right. Exactly. And then then they have all these hot bitches the entire movie just fucking Tony.
This movie.
And I'm like, wow.
This movie, when it starts, it's out to offend you. Kind of. It's out to
he's
develop to help you
what's the word?
You develop a negative opinion about this guy.
He's gregarious. A gregarious man?
Sure, you could say you could.
Yeah,
you could certainly say that.
Is that a word?
It's a word, but I don't know if it's. He's a real
Sorry, define gregarious.
Gregarious means.
Here we go.
Of a person fond of company, sociable.
He was popular. Living in flocks or loosely organized. Oh, that's of animals. All right. Growing in open clusters or in pure associations. Oh, that's plants.
He's a real,
He's a real
he's a real like mensch,
like party guy.
Yeah, he's like a real like
Like show off.
like Johnny Come Early,
Yeah.
So yeah, he's real showy.
But he's also a genius.
He's a real genius. He's really like conceited.
He's basically Elon Musk, but actually smart. He's like what Elon Musk like wants to be.
Yeah, if Elon Musk was Tony Stark, he would be living pretty, and he'd also would have a full head of hair without a hair transplant. So
Elon Musk is taller though, so we'll give him that.
That's true.
Tony Stark has to wear lifts to boost his height up a bit.
But in the Iron Man suit,
yeah, no, he's like 7 foot.
He's 7 foot in that.
I love his voice in this first one. I think he only speaks like a couple times in the Iron Man suit, but he's got this like really cool, like badass voice. He sounds like Optimus Prime. It's like he's all yours.
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
So and so already
never uses that voice again.
We're hearing about threesomes. I keep going back to the sexual component, but it's just such a departure from what we see nowadays.
It was crazy.
It was so sexual, and it's like
I wonder if we were fucked in the Iron Man suit.
In a good
like a penis slot. Right?
In like a really in a way that's like informative of the character though. Right. It's like this guy fucks.
Yeah.
Like
he's a womanizing bastard.
He's basically Little B. Like he probably fucked your bitch. Like so then
what would have been good
what?
Is if he had more like erotic art around his place.
I was thinking that.
Like a big sexy like woman on the wall.
Yeah, I think that would have been good, but maybe a little, maybe a smidge too far.
Nose.
Maybe if we like saw like something like blurry in the background, that you can kind of like imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they show us an entire butthole.
Yeah, I know.
So why can't they do that anyway? So, the MPAA,
the entire house is actually in the shape. It's designed in the shape of a pussy.
Right.
If you look at it from the top down.
And the window and the skylight of his room is the clitoris.
Right.
So
that's the penthouse, baby.
Right. Welcome to the fucking fuck zone.
Welcome to the cum blast zone. Watch yourself.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Better watch yourself.
You're in the splash zone now, baby.
Oh wow. It's like when you're at Six Flags in like the water area, like you got to watch out for the splash zone. So you got to stand far enough away from from the water.
Consent
slide.
has been granted if you step through this.
Yeah.
Step past this line.
Yeah, this is
to be cummed on
what etc.
Yeah,
right.
whatever.
So then he gets to the Middle East or wherever.
Bam.
To the Middle East.
Bam,
I guess. The strippers.
He shows off the Jericho.
Right. He gets they say the best weapon is one you only have to fire, never.
Yeah, that's it.
I can this movie verbatim. I can repeat it. Trust me.
My dad always said
right
that peace was about having the biggest and best stick around.
Right.
I respectfully disagree.
No. He's like yeah. It's like
my dad was an idiot.
It's like the biggest stick and a weapon you never have to fire. I respectfully disagree.
Right.
I think the best weapon is the one you have to fire. You only have to fire once.
Yeah, that was a good speech. Damn, he was good at that.
Look, and then it fucking.
That was like multiple fires though. I mean, you did fire it once, but then like it has like multiple.
Right, little rockets, yeah.
That it fires out.
Yeah, but like I don't really get like what's so impressive about the missile, I guess, because like it blows shit up, but like and then there's like a wave of air that comes like towards them, but like, why is that? I don't
understand. Looks cool.
Yeah, it just looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's so impressive about it?
And
then
he like bribes the army brass with some like alcohol.
Yeah, he's like one of these comes with every purchase of 500,000.
Nice.
Or whatever. Like it's like this it's like a fucking metal case. It's like the fucking drinks come up and it's got his drink already in it.
I love the idea of just like
bourbon on the rocks.
All these military men just getting fucking lit.
Yeah, all these Air Force guys.
Yeah, and then they hop in a plane and go bomb some civilians.
And then he's like the military guy's like, all right, well I'm coming with you. He's like, no, the Fun V. This is the Fun V. You go in that car.
Yeah, he's just basically a merchant of death at this point.
Yeah. Like he's basically Nicolas Cage in Lord of War or whatever.
Right.
Did that come out before this? I think it did, right?
Yeah, I think that came out in 2004.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the template.
That's a good ass movie.
Yeah. Truly.
Yeah. But unlike that movie, Iron Man, he kind of, or Tony Stark, he kind of has a change of heart. He turns around as a person.
Well, right.
Right.
So we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. He meets Yinsen.
So then
in the cave.
So then it kind of, it's like he gets in the Humvee and it's like there's like a quick little like redux, right, of like the attack.
Yeah, we saw this shit already.
Yeah. I like how they show you again, but like real quick.
Yeah, just real quick.
Yeah, just
we
real
don't need
quick.
the whole fucking scene again.
Right. I don't need to see those poor servicemen get their fucking
Sad.
their domes
They
popped.
got fucking literally like they need to have better security on this shit. They got totally whambazzled.
How much is this guy how much is this man worth? Like
Just like 3 Humvees.
You would think he would have his own security, like in this like war zone.
They got totally, well, it's revealed that it was actually a hit.
That's
that was
right.
ordered by none other than Mr.
The illustrious Mr. Stane.
Dr. Stane.
That's Dr. Stane to you. So yeah, and then he wakes up in a fucking cave.
With a car battery strapped to his chest.
And he's like got like a bandage and it's like he fucking tears it open. It's like
yeah.
Wait, hold on. He's like
Oh, nice. Yeah, he should have had one of those shirts.
And he's hooked up to like a fucking nasty ass like Afghani like car battery like I
love how dirty it is.
Yeah, it's filthy. It's like
it's crusted with
it's like
goo.
It's like how does this man not
dirt.
already have an infection?
I know. And then they're like dunking him in water and shit later. Like they're torturing him. They're like drowning him while he's hooked to this car battery.
You're skipping ahead. But yeah, sorry.
I mean, basically.
Sorry.
I mean,
we're introduced to the doctor.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we're introduced to Yinsen, and he's
like cooking like some really like
he's cooking like really nasty porridge.
really like appetizing like gruel or something. Like he's
fucking awesome.
He's like shifting it around in the pan. It's like wow, they're gonna have to eat that.
That's shit. Yeah, the first 30 minutes of this movie, I mean, just fly by. It's just like perfect.
Just one scene after it, fucking like shit.
So many like cute little moments like that.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jensen's, he's chill. He's like the wise old man.
Right. He's the Yoda of the movie.
He's the Obi-Wan of the film, and
merchant of death. You are.
He's kind of like speaking to Tony's conscience. He's like the Jiminy Cricket.
He's like speaking truth to power.
Right.
Know?
He says some real shit to Tony.
Because he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he literally, he's checked out of this world.
But he's still really upbeat. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's got attitude.
That was a good. Yeah, he's upbeat and he's like got a good, like head on his shoulders, even though he's been through so much.
Right.
And he's like yeah, like. You got fucking filled up with shrapnel in my village. So immediately, good dialogue too, right? Because like you're like it tells you like, okay, this guy's from a village that fucking was obviously destroyed by people like Tony.
Yeah.
Because people like Tony exist. The shrapnel. It's in your body. It'll kill you. In like a week. But guess what? I saved you by putting this honking ass magnet in your chest.
Yeah, like I wonder how they did that effect because it looks really good.
It does look really good.
The body horror element of it is really freaky, and like I think that's kind of like an interesting part about the Tony Stark character, which they kind of didn't really circle back to in the later films, is that he's got this like giant hole in his chest, and like that's kind of the sacrifice he has to make to be such like a badass like Iron Man guy.
Right.
But like later, I guess he just gets rid of that. Like in the later movies, then I guess he just fills his chest in with like. Extra
I don't know.
meat.
Did he get rid of it?
He did. He gets like rid of it. Like he doesn't actually have that in his chest anymore. Yeah, he figured out how to get rid of the shrapnel. It's like an off the cuff like line in like a later movie.
I guess I didn't want to keep doing the effect.
Maybe they didn't want to keep doing the effect, or like, yeah, I don't know. Like that's what I remember at least. Maybe I'm wrong.
For some reason, I thought he always had it in his chest.
Maybe he always has it in his chest. I feel
maybe
like
maybe I'm tripping though.
I feel like he mentioned it in like the third one where he's like, yeah, I don't need it anymore or something. I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe I should rewatch all of them.
Yeah, maybe we should.
No, the second and third one are bad.
They are bad.
I just feel like the idea that he's got this like empty chest. Is,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just
yeah. It's
sweet.
like his sternum. Like they like
They
what
drilled in there.
They must have like. I mean, they removed like a good chunk of his sternum.
Yeah.
Like, he's like is like permanently disfigured.
Yeah, right.
You think so far in this movie?
You would assume,
right? You would
but-
assume.
Yeah. I think.
yeah,
I
like-
think he filled it in.
It's like this thing. Like this thing is like keeping him alive. You know, and he's like
Yeah,
hooked up
it's-
to this car
It's
battery.
keeping the shrapnel at bay. That's something with Alyssa when we watch movies. Like I've got to kind of explain things to her because like I don't know if she's like interested in like a movie, like if it's like Game of Thrones,
right.
the characters can like mutter shit under the breath and she'll get it.
right.
You know, like it'll be like the characters will mutter some important plot detail under the
Right.
breath, and it like changes the entire course of all the characters' actions, and she won't skip a beat. But like if it's like a movie she's not really that interested in, she'll like. The characters will say stuff like that, and she just like won't process it, and I'll have to like explain it. She's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm
Right.
Like, he like what's that thing in his chest? I'm like, well, it's keeping the shrapnel from entering his vital organs. It's a magnet. She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, they said that 5 minutes ago, but
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, and I liked how, and they kind of have like telegraphed that already, because the thing blows up, and then he's like got all these like wounds in his like chest that you like kind of see,
Right.
So it's like, okay, shit,
They call them the AMC's Walking Dead because they are a terrible TV show.
You heard it here first, folks. So, man, did you see that new Walking Dead game? It's like actually insane
AMC's
how
The
bad
Walking
it looks.
Dead game.
It's so bad.
IGN gives it
it's
10
like-
out of 10.
No, it's getting shit on like everywhere. It's like the characters like it's like they didn't intentionally do it bad, but like they look so incredibly bad.
9.5
I'll try
from
to find
Game
some.
Informer.
I'll try to find some screenshots to show you. It's like so funny.
The
Anyway-
best game of the last 2 minutes.
And then, so you're introduced to Cave Yoda or Iron Man's Obi-Wan and
Yeah, someone read the hero's journey.
Jon
Fucking-
Favreau.
You gotta have that wise old sage he meets in a dreamlike state. He wakes up
Right.
from getting concussed, and there's an old man over him who's helping him, and that old man gives him some sage wisdom, and then he later gets fucking yeeted, and then but his wisdom carries on through the main character.
Yeah, he does get yeeted.
Right.
Like no one's business. Yeah. So and then
Right.
you're introduced to
Sad.
the terrorists, right? They're like build us this missile. They take him outside. It's like they just got all. He's like, how do you have my guns? How do you have the guns that I make?
We bought them with money.
We bought them.
They're for sale.
You sell them.
You sell them.
And like they have like tons of gear from him.
The one guy's like-
tons of Stark Industries equipment.
The one terrorist gives like Tony a little history lesson. He's like, yeah, Genghis Khan, his empire was 10,000 times bigger than the Romans. And,
You will make me
and I'm going to be the next Genghis Khan. I'm going to rule all of Asia.
right.
All right, bro.
With one missile.
With like this. Like,
What?
what? With one.
You make
Jericho?
one missile. You make one missile, and we let you go.
Yeah, right. Bro.
He's like, and Tony's like, they're not gonna let me go.
yeah. How stupid do you think?
He's like, no, they won't. Or,
Yeah,
no, you won't. And the doctor's like, no, they won't.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good like back and forth. Like,
yeah,
line.
because like you
And-
really expect me to buy this
Right.
malarkey?
Yeah. And then he's like, but then Tony starts like, it's like, I'm not gonna stand for this.
You really, this terrorist is just ambitious as fuck. He thought he was really gonna like rule all of Asia, like the one dude without a country, like a small militia
With one missile? With one
is
missile?
and then later on, he's like trying to extort Obadiah. He's like, I give you the plans, and you give me 12 Iron Man suits. With a dozen of these suits, a man could rule all of Asia. No,
Now we're getting.
I mean the Iron Man suit's pretty powerful, but I don't think 12 is going to do it, my guy. I'm sorry. I think I almost got taken out by a tank. Shot Tony out of the sky.
Yeah. No, dude. Like it. So
That
yeah.
was really ambitious. He thought he was the next Alexander the
Yeah,
Great.
no, like this is right around here is where the movie starts taking a turn, kind of in the believability.
Sure, yeah. The 7, is it the 10 rings or the 7 rings? I know 7 rings is a song by Ariana Grande.
I don't know. I think it's the 10 rings.
The 10 rings. Yeah.
Yeah, and like so and then like it's like okay, like now he's like making shit. He's like
You know what? All the terrorists would be like, half of them would be like women in the new MCU.
At least half.
Yeah, at least half. Like it was all dudes, which I
It was.
appreciated. It was a bunch of sweaty, angry.
They were dejected.
Yeah, men, and it would just be so like lame if it was like some like evil chick, with boobs, like who's also a terrorist. Like, I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying
I'm
it.
not.
I need to be able to buy it.
Can I buy into this movie, please? Like, yeah, like they're
That's
just
like-
so like aggressive with like how they're trying to push like everything needs to be equal all the time, like even in situations where it makes like literally zero sense. Like I appreciated how like just like straightforward and like kind of like scary these like terrorists were.
Right.
Yeah,
they were scared because like they've got him trapped in a cave, and he can't go anywhere unless he's carrying this big ass car battery.
He's carrying this dirty car battery. They're eating gruel.
Right.
They're like basically telling
they
him,
killed all these people already.
Yeah, they're like going around executing people. It's like it's intense.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, Tony's really like, how's he gonna get out of this one?
Right.
Right.
How's he gonna? Yeah. What's he gonna do?
But he's got a plan.
So then he makes his like little fucking chest thing, and then he starts like making his like suit.
Down. The music was really, the editing and the music. There were some nice like cross dissolves and like fades, and just like the editing and with the music made it seem like time was passing and stuff, which was really good.
Yeah.
Really appreciated that. He's got like a little like schematics drawn up.
Yeah, well it's he draws it on like a bunch of different pieces of paper, and then you got to press it all together to be able to see it.
Who came up with that idea, dude?
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
was that in the script?
I wonder.
Shit.
Yeah, because like that was like a good like little thing, because like it's like and like later
he's got to write the plans down, but he can't just write them down, or they'll see.
They'll see, right?
So he
then,
uses the really thin paper.
And the dude's helping him and stuff, and
the tracing paper.
and they get closer, Yeah,
they have some good talks, and he's like, he's like, careful with that. He's like, I've got steady hands. How do you think you're still alive?
Right,
motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like make his little chest thing.
Down. Yeah. Yeah. He's fucking hammering. Like Tony's looking hotter than ever, dude. He's got like his muscles out.
Yeah, he's all sexy, and already he has lost his evil goatee.
Did he shave it?
He wakes up. No, he wakes up with like facial hair grown in.
Oh, the facial hair's grown in.
It's been so long.
It's been a while. Yeah, right.
He's been asleep in like a
that goatee had to go.
He wakes up and the goatee's gone. Like his evil little like villain goatee is like gone.
Warmonger
like soup strainer or whatever. His warmonger soul patch.
Soul patch, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And that's gone. He's got like a beard, so he's already like more like relatable.
Yeah.
Than somebody with a goatee. No, who's relatable that has a goatee? I love
how he's just like taking apart the missile, to get the stuff inside or whatever, and he's like, kind of. Like
right. he's like really muscling it around.
He's muscling it around, like he's not being gentle with it.
He knows.
He's done this shit before.
He knows this shit.
It's not like he just like has like other people design his shit and he just collects the check. Like you can tell he's the one who engineered this shit. Like,
he's like a total genius.
Yeah,
and he's been using that genius to kill people, or let other people kill people.
Right.
To make some. And now these terrorists have all of his hard work. Or they're benefiting from his work.
Yeah.
So then he makes the suit, and he's like putting they're like bolting him into it and shit.
Yeah.
And the guy's like it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to distract them, or whatever.
Right, because these terrorists they oddly give him like a lot of like
free reign, and like without him producing anything that looks like a missile whatsoever.
Yeah, right. And then like they're like he's working or whatever, and it's like they set up a bomb on the door and then it goes off.
They do come in one time and they're like we're gonna kill this dude. They like talk like and it's like they're like talking about like putting like a hot coal into his mouth.
Right.
Like which is like sounds horrible.
It sounds awful. Yeah.
Like this is torture. This is some real advanced interrogation. To use U.S. military government language or whatever. But like and Tony's like no I need him. He's a good assistant. And like they buy that.
It buys him a little bit of time.
They let him. Yeah, you have one day. What? Why one day now?
Yeah, I need that.
Obviously, I don't have
time that.
Right, like obviously, I don't have a missile. So then they're on the clock at that point.
It takes once that bomb goes off and kills the two guys trying to get in. It takes them like a long time to send more guys.
Yeah.
But Jensen's like, I'll run and distract him. I'll shoot at the ceiling.
Yeah. It was so funny. It was like he like there's guys coming in, and then he runs out shooting at the ceiling like boom 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 boom, and like there's guys running. They run.
He totally could have got those guys.
I know they run down the passage. Well, he's a doctor. He's not,
maybe
not
he's just like a pacifist.
He's not a murderer. So he's a man who heals. But
He's a
then he
humanitarian.
helped Tony make this whole murder suit. So
Yeah.
So and then like he's just like guys come running back, and he's just like shooting like into the air. One man, like, why wouldn't they just shoot him?
What was the plan for Tony? Was going to grab him and fly with him?
I think just like take out everybody.
Hop on my back, Jensen.
I think he was just going to take everybody out and then like go.
Okay.
Like and then they could go, or
Right.
something, or maybe he like.
But they
Jensen
built the
would-
flying thing. into
or
it.
then Jensen would like stay a little bit behind, and then like he would carry him. I don't know. I think Jensen was like knew that he wasn't going to make it out the whole time.
Right.
He
He knew that, but Tony didn't.
He didn't really have much. He didn't have anything to live for. His whole family was killed.
Jensen, hop in the little backpack I
Right,
designed for you.
Right, yeah.
Hop in.
Like the fucking Yoda,
Yeah.
like and Luke backpack type shit.
I'm gonna fly away.
Yeah. So then, Tony fights his way out. Jensen.
That part was fucking awesome, dude.
Jensen.
He sucks all the power out of the cave,
Right.
like charging up the fucking
Right.
suit.
It's like
Everything goes dark. I love that. It's
Yeah.
like literally like
Here we
all the
go.
power is sucked into him.
Right.
And it's dark as fuck. And
Somehow he gets the helmet.
In,
Somehow he gets the helmet
there's like
on.
dangling chains. It's like quiet,
Right.
The terrorists are like, where is he? Then we just see his like hand, his fist,
Yeah.
just like close. And then he just starts laying into these guys.
Yeah, killing.
Just wiping them
killing
out.
people.
Completely
Straight.
like, that's what I love about Iron Man. He's like, and all the Marvel heroes, like they don't give a fuck about murder. All the DC heroes, like, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, the Flash, they're really averse to murder.
Yeah.
And like that's cool, and that has its place, and I like the DC characters more overall than the Marvel characters.
Oh man,
but
in
it's
Blue
fun
Beetle,
how in the Marvel series they just don't give a fuck.
in Blue Beetle, like he's like in the suit or whatever. In the suit is like like he has control or whatever, and the suit's like eliminate the target. He's like no, I'm not a murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. And because the suit's trying to kill people.
So he's not a murderer.
He's not a murderer, but the suit is trying to kill people.
Does the suit kill some people?
And like no, he stops it from killing people.
Cool.
No, yeah, I think it would have been better if it did. Then it would be like more. Like he's got to wrestle with the fact that like he was party to the It's more complex of a character.
It's not his fault though if the suit does the murdering.
Yeah, it's not. But so he goes through a little bit of a development.
Yeah, I guess so. He's got to learn
a
the
little
murder.
bit of a character development of like to understand that it wasn't his fault. But he takes I don't know. Just give me something. A little more depth.
Yeah.
Anyway, the movie was
Iron
about
Man
as
has none of
that Blue Beetle movie is about as deep as a kiddie pool.
He fucking hits this guy and sends him fucking
completely destroys
through the cave.
Him. Yeah,
just like
boom,
literally like I don't even like it's like when you whop like a balloon.
Yeah,
just
it's gone.
Nothing.
Yeah,
it's nothing to you. I love that. The whole scene's fucking awesome. He's getting shot at, bullets are bouncing off. He gets his arm stuck in the cave.
Some guy comes up and tries to shoot him in the back of the head.
Doesn't
and
work.
The bullet fucking bounces off and fucking takes him out. It's like ting.
I know. I guess I would have liked to have seen like a little bit more like blood. I don't think there was like any blood.
Hardly any, if any.
I mean, I don't think
PG-13.
It's PG-13, but it would be cool if we seen like his brains blow out.
You can show someone's full anus, but you can't show a little bit of that red stuff we all got in our veins.
Maybe there's like a bloody cut online or something that like Quarter Digital did or something.
Maybe yeah.
I just want to see like the in that shot in particular.
It's like the back of his. I know because there's nothing there.
There's nothing.
Yeah. But it's just like and like this. There's like a sound effect and stuff, but like it's not like, but it's not meaty, But anyway, it's like ting. So anyway, but yeah, he fights his way out of the cave, and he's got flamethrowers. He's like incinerating people and stuff.
He's setting guys on fire.
He's like surrounded.
He's setting his own missiles on fire.
Right. Yeah. He destroys all their gear, all the Stark gear.
Yeah.
And he like talks to the doctor guy. The doctor guy's like, yeah, like my family is like already all dead. So
that part always gets me, man. That part's emotional.
It is
because he said he was gonna go meet up with his family, and he's like, we got to get you back to your family. He's like, I am gonna go meet them.
Like they're dead.
They're done.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, that part gets me, dude.
I know, his poor family.
He's the heart of the film, Jensen.
He really is. So then
Rip.
Tony, but then it's like he's like walks out and they're like shooting at him, like tons of bullets. Not
one guy's got like a big like 300 cal gun,
and it's completely unbelievable. Like it's really straining believability. And Mackenzie at this point, she's like rolling her eyes. She's like, I'm like, dude, you can't. This is a superhero movie. Like you can't judge the reality of what's happening.
What are you
inside,
talking about?
inside
You don't
the
think
movie.
someone could build a little
Fuck
a little
no,
mask
bro. And then everyone's shooting at him, and like the bullets, and
it's
like
invincible. He forged it. He made it, and he hammered. Yeah, Hardy was hammering it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he's got the two big eye holes, but no bullets
no
ever
bullet,
going there.
Yeah. And like they're shooting at his joints, and like that like makes him like hard to walk, but he's like still good.
He's starting to lose it at this point. He can only take so much.
He can only take so much abuse. Yeah, and then he launches himself into the fucking into the air, and then he comes down dead immediately. This man would be.
Well, yeah, that's always been a thing with these Iron Man movies. Is like when he's in the suit, no matter what happens to him at what speed, he's somehow. I guess the suit compensates for it.
With the later suits, I believe that more. But this one is like this
those
one's
are
like,
even more like skin tight though.
But they have more technology.
Right, there's more tech.
There's like tech in them. Like this is just like literally steel.
Yeah, he just like
he would literally
plummets at like top speed.
He would literally be painted on the inside
into a dune.
He would have been turned into a Tony Soup, like like no doubt. But so I'm just like trying to say to Mackenzie, like, look, give it a chance. Like it's a superhero movie, like. Because she's like rolling her eyes. But it's Mackenzie's very hard to please with any of these movies.
Right.
She as soon as Pepper's on the screen, she's like, oh, they're gonna fuck. Like here we go. Like
she's so cynical.
She's like she's like they're bad now. They're not fucking now, but they will later.
Right.
Etc. or whatever. Nothing's surprising her. So
that's the point though. They have like a romantic.
I know there's a build up.
Yeah.
Like it's like you hope they screw, but like what if they don't? Oh no.
Right.
So
what if he fucks it up?
Right.
Yeah.
So then like he lands into the sand dune, dead immediately, and then he real
credits.
Credits like that.
Directed by John
From the
Favreau.
noose. Get loose.
Honestly, I would have been kind of chill with that. The movie is so good up into that point.
Yeah, and then he's like found immediately, kind of by the Air Force.
Yeah, like why couldn't they just find him before?
Weird. I don't know. Yeah,
he just kind of wanders through the desert for a minute.
It's like he like wraps his shirt around his head. It's like they find him.
He's abducted by another terrorist group, and he has to build another Iron Man. He has to go through. He meets another.
Oh no!
He meets Jensen's brother. And he has to go through a whole nother one of these things.
Yeah, literally. So then it's then he's back in America and he sees Pepper
got
Potts.
2 hearts. He's got 2 arc reactors on each side.
Then he sees he meets up with Pepper Potts. Damn, I'm gonna have to go soon.
Oh my god!
I know.
We never get through these things. I was kind of thinking like,
this is a long one too. We've already been. It's we're already up to basically an hour and a half. I know we really go through it. I just need to I come with the girls. It's like they have to go to bed like by 7.
You're right.
Like
maybe this could be part 1.
It could, yeah. It's gonna have to be part 1.
It's gonna have to be because I have a lot more to say about.
I know,
Obadiah.
me too. Yeah.
There's a lot more Obadiah scenes.
Like we've only scratched the surface of the Obadiah scenes. Well, so he gets back right. He gets back to the States and he sees Pepper Potts and immediately he's like, "Yeah, I need 2 things: an American cheeseburger." And she like rolls her eyes. She's like, "Oh, you want some pussy or whatever?" He's such a horn dog. He's like, "Not that."
Right.
Not that. I want call a press conference. Time to take some accountability. And he goes to Burger King?
Yeah, it was like a weird product placement.
It was a weird product, but it's also like, this is America's burger.
True.
It's because McDonald's is like other places. I feel like Burger King's only in the US. Like this is America's burger.
Yeah, I feel like
and they're kind of gross, like they're kind of.
I feel like
Burger King's kind of nasty, so it's like he really like wanted like that nasty like American meat in his mouth.
Yeah, at this point in the movie, like Alyssa and I were getting really hungry, and then like he was eating that
like
shit,
eating burgers.
And he was eating burgers, and it was looking really fucking good. And then like a couple scenes later, he's eating like a pizza. Oh. And Alyssa and I were like, we gotta order.
Yeah,
it was like
hungry.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
We ordered steak and shake.
We're hungry,
and we're like, Let's get a fucking Frisco now.
Yeah, like man, and he like he has like a bunch of burgers. He keeps like pulling them out of his like pockets.
Yeah, he's got like 2. Or
He's
3.
he chows one down and then he's like later
Yeah,
he's
that
like
was
eating
crazy.
another one and then he's got another
He's gonna
one.
die of a heart attack.
He's been eating gruel for the last 3 months.
Don't stuff yourself.
And it's
silly.
been 3 months. Wow, 3 months went by fast.
Down.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, never got to say goodbye to my pops.
Right. So they call this press conference, right? Instead of pussy, he calls a press conference.
Yeah, pussy after.
And pussy after. And then, well, actually, I think at this point he's like sworn off pussy. It seems like
He's celibate. He's a monk.
Yeah, except for Pepper's pots.
Yeah. Can't wait to scoop those pots.
He wants those pots.
Can't wait to to brew a little Tony tea and those peppery pots.
Okay, so yeah, and then he calls this press conference, and like it's like everyone's standing up. It's an press conference. He's like, you know what? Like, can we all? This is kind of where the movie takes a turn. He's like, you know what? Can we all just sit down? Let's just all sit down. This is more chill.
But then he stands up.
He
Fucking asshole.
just wants everybody else to sit down.
Fucking jerk.
Maybe there was like a chick with like a really like low cut shirt in the front row. You know?
Right. Was that chick there? The chick that he's Berkeley?
I don't know. I'd have to go back
there?
and see. I don't think she was, but maybe she was. Yeah, Berkeley, Mrs. Brown.
She's always following him around. She's obsessed with him.
Look, Mrs. Brown. He did take her to Browntown. So then he's like, yeah, like never got to say goodbye to my pops. Love them.
They're like, Tony, you okay? Tony? And he's like, guess what? We're not making weapons anymore.
Yeah. So I'd like to announce.
We're a weapons company that makes no weapons.
I'd like to announce immediately that and earlier in the movie, somebody said when Mrs. Brown's talking to him, he's like, yeah, well, when we don't need I totally forgot about this part. Oh my god. She's like, yeah, like you make weapons. He's like, well, military funding like that produced like all the medical advances that we make. And what about our IntelliCrops?
IntelliCrops. I know. I never noticed that before until like this viewing. IntelliCrops. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
Sounds like some sort of intelligent crop.
Right. Yeah. It tells you what it is in the name. Like that. What a stroke of genius in the script writing process.
That was like, that was like me. Maybe could have used a second pass on that.
He's like, yeah, well, maybe we'll start making like baby beams or something. Like he's like
baby bottles.
Yeah, no. Obadiah later says baby bottles, but like he said like maybe we'll make hospital beams and he says something two things.
Yeah.
Tony says 2 things. Like one of them's like baby toys and hospital beams or something.
Vegan paste.
Something when he's talking to her, and then later Obadiah's like so he announces they're not making any weapons anymore, and Obadiah's like it's like we're not making baby bottles. Or if you want to go make baby bottles, like blah 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 or whatever. Why is it weapons or baby bottles?
I bet Tony would make like the most advanced baby bottle ever.
Yeah, it produces its own milk.
He'd probably kill it.
Something that the world needs.
It transfers the milk from the mother's breast into the bottle
right
over Wi-Fi.
That's right.
You don't even have to pump.
We need that.
Yeah, that shit's awesome through nanites.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah,
it's fucking sick.
Because you want that good baby mama breast milk.
That's right.
But you don't want to like do all the work to get it into the bottle.
It's a lot of work for the ladies. I'll tell you what.
For the pump.
For anybody that doesn't realize that breastfeeding is a lot of work, the men watching this podcast.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
So get to it.
And sometimes it's really painful.
Yeah. Why don't you help your woman out?
Yeah. Why don't you?
Why don't you milk her?
Yeah,
like a cow?
Why don't you milk yourself to the point where you're producing, like what's suggested in Meet the Parents. You can milk anything with nipples. No, Mackenzie has presented that to me as a very looming. She's like, yeah, well, be nice to me, or I'm gonna start milking you, and you're gonna have to. She's like, we're gonna milk you until you milk. and then you're gonna be doing the breastfeeding. Oh my god, I don't know if my nipples can take it. They're not built the same.
When are men gonna just like when are our nipples just gonna like phase out?
My nipples are literally built different.
How so?
Well, men can produce milk.
I know, but
my nipples are not like designed for that.
They're irrelevant. We need to like.
I don't know. I kind of like the. I kind of like the nipples on a man.
I've never been a fan.
You've never been a fan of the nipples on a man?
No. I like how in cartoons when they draw them with like Batman and Superman, when they take their shits off, oftentimes they'll just have no nipples. I guess because it's like an extra thing to draw.
Right.
They just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Or like on an action figure.
Yeah. You know, yeah,
That's the
it's
way.
kind of an indignity to have to draw Batman's nipples.
Right. I want to do a scene where Batman takes his shirt off. It's like a cartoon I'm working on, and he's got like little bat nipples, like bat-shaped nipples, and his lips are like bat-shaped, and like just everything around him is like
Just
bat, bat.
like it's normal first, but then
Yeah,
you see
you
his bat
realize
nipples
everything.
and then his bat lips.
Yeah,
Maybe his nipples could fly away at the end. That'd be funny.
that would be pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's a scene in the Batman Robert Pattinson film. I guess it's not that new anymore, but the most recent Batman film, where he takes his shirt off and he rearranges his like house and like starts spray painting on the floor.
man, I can't believe we're gonna go into a second part of Iron Man.
I know, it's just
Maybe we
it's
should
so
watch.
good.
Maybe we should watch the other movie. I don't know.
What other movie? The Captain America. I started it last night. I watched like the first 10 minutes.
I'll try to watch it.
But we should talk about when we watched it fresh.
I know. Yeah, man. We
fucked up.
Yeah.
We're just really bad at this whole movie format thing because like we like linger on like the first 20-30 minutes of the film.
I mean, we go
for an hour and a half.
Well, the thing is, it's the beginning of. I like it though because the beginning of a movie is so pivotal.
Right.
It's so important. It really sets the stage. We
really go through it.
We got through the killer. Yeah, no, you know, it's and it's good, and because the thing is, like,
we did. The killer was pretty simple though.
Yeah, going through the movies beat by beat, like we really get our thoughts out. You know,
yeah,
we really
have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like a commentary that's like stretched out.
Right.
You know,
over a
long period of time.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Well.
Hold on, can we end it with a few more Obadiah quotes?
Oh, of course.
Okay. So I pulled these up earlier. Let's see. Mr. Staines, sir, we've explored what you asked us to do, and it seems that there's been a little hiccup. A hiccup? Yeah, yes, the power, the suit, sir. The technology doesn't actually exist, so it... Wait, the technology? Puts an arm around him. Oh, I like how Obadiah's always put in like an arm around
He's
people.
really like threatening physically.
He's got his like cigar like in one hand, and he's got it right by you.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps.
It's classic,
Like,
dude.
I love how he delivers the line too. He's like,
Yeah.
Tony Stark. No, he's not yelling initially. He's like, Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. The guy's like the fucking the balding like scientist man. He's like, I'm not Tony Stark, sir.
You know, fun fact about that actor, he was actually not balding.
They shaved him.
He shaved himself to look more like meek.
Did he? Did he really?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. He's like a producer on the film, or
Commitment.
or is it like I don't know if he's
Commitment.
He might just be an actor, but I read somewhere or watched some interview or something where they were talking about that, and it's like, yeah, he's got a full head of hair. Yeah, he just made himself look, you know,
down,
like,
down.
you know, not as good, so he could really be bullied by Obadiah,
Yeah.
who also shaved his head on purpose.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna find another good one. How ironic, Tony! Trying to rid the world of weapons. You gave it its best one ever, and now I'm gonna kill you with it. That's so good.
It's so ironic.
Yeah. How ironic, Tony!
Dude, I cannot get over how fucking swaggy Obadiah was in that suit with the fucking sash, with the scarf.
I know, that was a really good
It's
one.
like, is it a scarf or is it just a sash?
When I ordered the hit on you, I was worried that I was killing the golden goose. But you see,
You laid one more egg.
it was just fate that you survived, leaving one last golden egg to give. You really think that just because you have an idea, it belongs to you? What? He starts going off the rails here.
I know.
Your father helped give us the atomic bomb.
And it's so funny because all Obadiah,
That was Oppenheimer.
He would have been completely...
They deleted Oppenheimer from the history
Obadiah
books.
had nothing, had everything in the world. right? Here's the thing. Obadiah is also basically Tony, right? He's a man with and what's his name?
Yeah,
The doctor. What's the doctor's name again?
Jensen.
Jensen coined it, right? He's like, so you're a man that has everything but nothing.
Oh, that was good too. That was so emotional.
You know, and the thing is, Obadiah is the same, but what he had was being this like power broker of weapons, and then Tony's trying to take that away.
Right.
You know, like Tony creates his own villain.
But like he was already a villain before even any of that happened.
He was trying to kill him.
He ordered a hit on him.
Yeah, and like when Tony was why would he try to kill? That's what I don't understand so much is why would he try to kill Tony when he was the Golden Goose?
Yeah, I guess
I guess he was like
was tired of it.
He was tired of being like in the shadows, like not in the limelight.
It's just I feel like if you're gonna kill Tony, you should have done it like when he was in his 20s. Like you waited like 20 years.
I guess
to,
so.
Like, plot your revenge.
Yeah, I guess he really but Tony was the Golden Goose, right?
Yeah, he was giving out those eggs.
Anyway, all right. That was the last one. That was the last one.
For 30 years, I've been holding you up. I built this company up from nothing. Nothing's gonna stand in my way. Least of all,
this company has been built on. Oh wait, do it again and look at it. You. So, like this company was built on Obadiah's back, like his big hairy back.
Like no, it wasn't. Like fucking Tony's dad started the company.
I know.
You're nothing, Obi.
Obi literally probably
You're
just
some
like
random guy.
Like Obi
with a cigar.
Like literally, Mr. Stane, you are just a warmonger.
That'd be a good name for a villain.
Yeah. We might be onto something.
I love when he gets in the suit. He just goes completely insane. He's like he's loving it, dude.
For no reason other than power has gone to his head.
It's literally like
like he's not on drugs.
He wasn't even on drugs.
Nothing drove him insane.
He wasn't like dying of some like cancer or something.
Right.
Like
he's literally just wants to be powerful. He wants to be a monger of war.
He just like turned into like a 5-year-old boy. Like,
yeah,
he's, like,
literally
playing with his action figures, dude.
Yeah, it's not even like he had seen Hulk smash.
Collateral damage, Tony. He's killing civilians indiscriminately.
No. Literally, there's like kills a guy on a motorcycle. Dead.
It's not collateral damage if it's not in like a military conflict or like the context of what she's using.
Do we even need to do another one? Because like, what is there even more to say? Like, what even is there more to say?
I feel like
because like the rest of the movie is kind of like it's just like he builds the suit. He's doing suit stuff. He's mean to his robots.
Yeah. Dun, dun.
Him and Pepper are like kind of kicking it off. Obi is like swagging out.
Coulson tries to set something up and put something in the books.
Yeah. Coulson tries to make an appointment.
We'll schedule you in.
Yeah. The most riveting part of every movie when an appointment is trying to be made.
Yeah, the strategic homeland fucking
yeah. Shield.
It's actually Shield though.
Right.
And
then we see
yells
Obadiah
at people and
yelling at people
insane.
and wearing swaggy shit. I love how when you first meet him, when he first meets up with Tony after Tony gets back, like at the arc reactor, you know.
Yeah.
He's like
he's on a little moped.
He literally pulls up on a Segway smoking a cigar. Swag.
I don't think he's even smoking it. I don't think it's ever even lit.
It's like it's just like
it's just
gumming it.
It's just for his
he's
gums.
He's just like tasting like the.
But Jon Favreau is smoking a cigarette.
Right.
And there wasn't even a content warning at the beginning of the film.
Wait a minute. Can you believe that they didn't tell us that there was tobacco descriptions, depictions?
Why is Jon Favreau just smoking?
Yeah. So and then
what are they going to include a cigarette with his action figure?
Obi's swagged out. Tony is just like doing Tony. You know, he's like making the suit. He can fly. He's working through the kinks.
Takes revenge on the 7 rings, on the 10 rings.
Right. He like blows up their. He goes and saves villagers.
He saves a village.
The terrorists are really about to they're like shoot that dog. They're really about to blow a dude's brains out in front of his family. Yeah, where's that? Where's that in a Disney movie?
Yeah, not.
Where's that in Disney's Marvel?
Nowhere to be found.
Give me some compelling villains. Like
yeah.
Like we're gonna destroy the entire universe. Like, okay, but what about this Middle Eastern villager who like
about to get God in front of his family?
Like literally just his head, like his brain's blown out in front of his kids.
And then
his kids are like, Papa.
Iron Man wipes everyone out.
Right.
He leaves that one guy though for the villagers to rip apart like, zombie style.
They're like he's all yours.
He's all yours.
He's all yours.
Why do you sound like that, Tony?
Yeah, and then he takes out like an F-22. On accident.
Oh yeah.
And they're like shooting at him and stuff, and
Tony, tell me you're not in that suit. I'm not in the suit, Rhodey.
It's me. It's me, Brody. It's me.
Okay, it's me.
It's me. It's me, Rhodes.
And
Rhodey.
so yeah, he doesn't really want to be found out that he's Iron Man, but by the end of the movie, he's okay with everyone knowing.
Right,
that he's
right.
Iron
He
Man.
like
doesn't
tells
really
people.
care.
Yeah, he like comes out of the closet.
Yeah, he doesn't really care like how that affects.
There's like a big
anyone.
fight, you know. Like Obi has this like sonic like thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it like paralyzes you, and then
Goes,
he like steals his heart. Goes on this huge monologue, which
He's
is
like,
great.
Technology's never really been a strong suit in this
The way-
part of the world. Or something.
Yeah, it's always been.
He's giving the Arab guy some shit.
Technology's
for not
always been your Achilles heel in this part of the world.
Yeah, the guy tries to like the guy collected all the scraps of metal that Tony like left behind of the Iron Man, the original.
He's like, I'll give this to you. We're still in business.
I'll give this to you if you make 12 more and give them to me so I can take over all of Asia.
Give me the Iron Soldiers.
And he's like, yeah, idiot. All right.
It's like
sure.
he's like, sure, and he like paralyzes him.
Here's
Then
a little taste of this, bitch.
Then he's got Eggheads working on it at Stark Industries. You know,
he builds it even bigger than
right.
their first.
I wasn't
Iron
so conservative with mine. Yeah,
it's fucking stupid though, because you're basically like you can't stick your arms like in every hole.
I know.
Your legs in every
he's
hole.
just controlling it.
He's
kind of
just like in this little cockpit,
from the cockpit,
and the arms are separate now.
Yeah,
so it kind of defeats like the purpose of being in the suit if you're not actually doing the movements, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then you get the visceral pleasure still of killing people.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
from inside.
But you're not controlling, like you're not articulating each finger and stuff.
Ex machina, right?
Like
you know.
I don't know. It's just not as cool. I'd rather be in the Tony suit. Where I can control. It's me, not like inside a cage.
Right, where you're like,
controlling
kind of,
massive. Like he's basically, driving like a big.
And he's doing it perfectly. Like he knows how to control right out of the gate. Like he is a master at
it's
driving
like
this.
It's like a big alien power loader mech suit.
Yeah,
thing,
and agent Tony gets his heart back or whatever that Pepper gave to him. That prove Tony has a heart.
You have 2% power left.
Incinerate this, and then and then he calls Rhodes or whatever, or Rhodey, and like he comes, it's like Rhodes looks at the suit. He's like, next time, foreshadowing.
But he never actually got to put it on.
Damn.
Fuck.
Don Cheadle did though.
Fucking could not work out a deal with Marvel for some reason.
Yeah, R.I.P. And then like he's like, yeah, like Pepper's on her way. Like Pepper's bringing her pots. Like she's on her way to
she's got a bunch of fucking pots and cutlery in the back of her.
She's on her way.
Fucking car seat.
She's on her way to like get the
rattling around.
She's on her way. She's on her way with like the Shield guys. Like with 5 agents. Tony's like, that's not going to be enough. And he flies off. There's this big battle. Like civilians are indiscriminately murdered.
It's a big battle, but like
his
I don't know,
motorcycle and killed. Like
I just wanted it to be more epic or something.
I will say the battle kind of was the least interesting part of the movie for me.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
Oh damn.
I did.
Yeah, it didn't really feel that long, and then it just wasn't as satisfying as maybe it could have been.
It was fine. It's like Tony's gonna win, obviously. Like R.I.P.
He saves Pepper.
Saves Pepper's pots.
Yeah. Not a single pot was broken.
Yeah, and then the movie ends and he comes out of the closet as Iron Man. I mean,
I am gay. I mean Iron Man.
Right.
Sorry.
So
fuck.
yeah, so we won't have to actually do another one for Iron Man.
Yeah, let's call it quits here,
we
guys.
Can't.
I don't want to stretch this out.
Spending 2 weeks on Iron Man. The thing is, we don't have enough for an entire another one. No, we don't. So, and I want to give Captain America its full due. Its full day in the sun,
Yeah, and Alyssa's actually excited to watch Captain America because she likes that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dragging Mackenzie to that one too. So
she doesn't like Chris Evans. Chris Evans is hot stuff. Chicks love Chris Evans.
I don't think she cares for really any superhero movies. So this.
Oh man,
this is a bad time in Mackenzie's life.
We're really putting her through hell.
Yeah, she's going through it. But she'll stick it out.
Obi, why aren't you wearing those pajamas?
I will say, Mackenzie
did.
I asked Mackenzie, what would you rate this movie? She only watched like 70% of it before she had to go to bed because Iris woke up. But and she had to go nurse her or whatever. And she was like, I give it a 6. Out of 10. So not good. That bad. Yeah, I was like, that's better than it's not like the worst. So anyway, all right, that's a wrap.
I love this suit.